Yeah, I'm a fact finder and I'll remind you, believe when I say I researched this all day, but we are two-sided pods. You need to rebut all I say with all of your ragings. Tell me why I've got red hair and ginger pubes. Tell me why you bitch and moan, it's all you do. Now it's time to get drunk and go on stereo. That's the two-sided way. That's the two-sided way.
Just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
What? You love it. You love it.
No, I'm sad for the people who are fans of NSYNC. I'm sad for the residents of Australia. I'm sad for anyone who works in a brand shop. I'm sad through and through. Just sad.
The little pup does not care for it either. She ran out of the room when it started.
Hey,
welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, Chuz. Hey, do you miss when your grandparents did videos and FaceTime and for your birthdays? Well, have we got a show for you? Because these are people who know shit about video and presentation on radio. Welcome to the party, folks. It's the two-sided pod. Chives, John.
That's right, baby. We're back.
You just said the pup, and then you shook your camera a lot as it froze and stared in your face. And then you put it down so you can get. I don't know what you're. Yeah, but no, you're doing good. I'm doing good. We're doing good. Technology is our friend.
You're okay. I'm okay.
Good enough. Oh God, people like me.
I don't know, but I believe that calls for a shot.
See how game I am? Right. So here's the deal. Again, you're the one running this show, but you haven't announced who we are, what we are. Folks, we're now live on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube live, hey, this is us. If you're not, hey, great. But if you're hearing us later on Spotify, Apple TV, Apple Pod, Smoke Signals, the old police blotter, whatever you may be listening to, and we're coming across, you can find us at the Two-Sided Pod. You can email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. We are live every Thursday on all of these, on stereo and YouTube. And then we broadcast these. We have our whole Spotify presence and Apple Pod presence where we have our podcasts. So if you want more of this horrible shit, make sure you subscribe and like. And it just feels rough to say, John. Just like nothing's going correct. Like your face looks weird. You're distracted. Like none of it's going well. So how can I sell this? Hey, do you want to buy a bridge in San Francisco? I got some swampland in Florida that's real cheap. John, it just feels bad. It feels bad. All right, let's do that shot. Don't answer.
Cheers.
Just stay in the moment. Stay in the pocket. Ring, ring.
Well, speaking of staying in the pocket, well, howdy.
Let's start already, huh? I wish you would do this better. Because now I'm going to make a point of talking over it so that no one can hear what is happening. And I don't even know it's over because when I talk, it stops everything you're doing. So I don't know when it's over. And everyone will be appreciative if they're having the same experience I am, because it seems very, very disconcerting. Off to a bad start. And the didgeridoo fanatics of the world thank me.
I'm John O. Peacock in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete, and I'm disillusioned in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
Oh, and I take that challenge and I throw it back in his face like a pot of warm tea. This is warm, it's not hot, I say, as I give him back his own penance, what he's due tenfold.
And it would have been really bad, but it was actually kind of just lukewarm, so not even scalding.
Right, that's why you are such a bad tea getter. I want scalding tea. This is awful. That's probably why you don't give me good tea anymore, because I threw that hot pot of tea in your face at one time. Now you're like, oh, it's a nice refreshing bath. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Well, it's another week. It's another episode. My boy Pete, how you doing?
I'm great, John. I'm great. I'm trying to get an attitude adjustment right now because you know how I get. Something off on the wrong foot and burn the whole block down. I don't give a shit. But no, I'm good, baby. Hey, Thursdays. Hey, you're going to be good, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be good too. If you're going to be good, I'm going to be good. If you start fucking going astray, John, so help me God, I will top you tenfold. Because this is the moment. This is the time. Now is never. I said forever on the line. Anyway, John, let's do this.
Well, you look good. You look good.
Oh, this whole thing? I just put it on. Meow.
Well, let's jump right directly into our first lightning round.
Lightning round, coming to town. Gonna get all the lightning down. Don't be afraid, it's just a shade of lightning round. Yeah! All right. Tip your waitress. I'll be here for the next lightning round too. Okay. Nice. So we're going more retro. Like I wanted something swinging. I said.
Yeah.
So Lightning Guy was like, I can help. I have connections. We have a whole employment agency. I can just say. And so we did, and this is what we got. And I'm not sure how it's going to go, but
very Richard Cheese.
No, that's a modern day ripoff of an old classic style, John. And that I'm glad he wasn't even here to hear you say that, because that would have actually been a fucking fight. Worse than Lightning Guy, I promise. Like, and he does heavy drums from the 80s. Like he's a method actor. So you're lucky. Keep it quiet. Keep it down.
You thought he was in the Method 1 acting. It turns out he was in the Methadone acting clack.
Yes.
So anyone knows that our first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I kind of want to do one of those, like if I was in Ready Player One and I had that reset button where everything resets, like, hey, can we start over and have a better connectivity conduit between the two sides of, nope, but I guess that was two sides are about. Nope, I'm ready, John. Let's do it. Yes, John, I'm ready. Let's do it.
my boy Pete, what is your favorite poem and or poet?
I believe it always brings a tear to my eye. But there was once a man from Nantucket who, I don't remember the rest of it, and I can't remember the author, but it changed my life, John.
Great. What is my boy Pete? What is your favorite essay or nonfiction literary piece or essayist?
That's two different things. Like an essay, my boy Joker, down from the block. What essay? My favorite essay. Like, dude's fucking funny as shit. Poet, you said, or essayist. Those are all three different things. You asked me three different questions and you want me to give one contrite answer. John, I need you to become a better interviewer is what I need. Sylvia Plath. And what was his name? The guy who, he had a bunch of pieces on NPR. He died in 2008. Big dude with a beard. He was a great friend of Sedaris.
Of David Sedaris.
And he references him in a lot of his things.
I'm thinking William Carlos Williams, but I don't believe that's it.
No. Anyway, those are my, yeah. If you're gonna, Joker, Plath, and the Bearded Dead.
Yeah. What's your favorite novel or novelist?
I like a little dark. I like a little dark fiction and a little. So I really have enjoyed Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking for fantasy, I go Brandon Sanderson. Like, it's one of my favorite series ever. Like, of any books, it's a great written book. It's a great written series. It's just the Mythborn series. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Finally, for this lightning round, last question. What is your stance on the First Amendment of free speech in literature?
Your Honor, I'm going to need you to ask the prosecuting attorney to clarify his statement. Exactly what do you mean by how do you feel?
Is it all in? Is it you can go too far with literature, inciting violence, different things like that? Or hate speech? Is it there should be a regulation? There should be banned books within certain schools, et cetera, et cetera.
Again, you're just not good at narrowing shit down. You opened 5 more doors of like, here, let me clarify. So let's talk about banned books in schools. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, how is that a thing? How is that clarifying things? Because now I'm like, okay, now we're talking about the education system. Holy shit, John. You're not good at this. I truly wish I had more drive, and I wish you were more of a drunkard who had free time on your hands so we could honestly Freaky Friday switch places. I would be so much better if I had the wherewithal and the drive and the motivation to research and to post and to technology. And you would have so much more bearing as someone who, I don't know, and talking out your ass. God damn it, John. God damn it, man. So, the idea of free speech in literature, yes, people should be able to write whatever they want. If they are not threatening, dear John L. Peacock, your mother will cry when she's seen what I've done to you. I know where you live and I've seen where you sleep, and so help me God, it will be ugly. That's not good if that's the preface of your self-titled all gingers must pay the price. It's not good, right? Like that's something like, hey man, maybe, but in the free speech, no one's going to publish that. It's not going to be published. If you have the money to truly self-publish, like, okay, what bookstores are going to carry it? Okay. How many things you saw online? Okay. And is there a school district that will adopt that? You know what? I'm a crazy English teacher. I sit backwards in my chair and I really connect with my kids. And we're going to read this book called Why Gingers Must Pay the Price with a foreword that is very inappropriate. I won't even read because I'm a cool teacher, not a hateful person. Right? You can see it like, no, but that motherfucker shouldn't be there anyway because that's not a good textbook. So yes, people should be able to write the shitty pamphlets in New York, bro. You go to Vegas, you go out of the airports in Amsterdam and France, and you'll get pamphlets of what religion is good, what is bad. This is a bad thing. These are the bad people. And it's not specifically, but like, this is the end times are coming. If you are not this, you are this. The infidels are like, whoa, what the fuck? It's one step above the Christian. So like, yeah, I get it. You can do it. Like, at that point, like the only thing you can get is harassment. It's not literature. It's not free speech. It's littering.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, do your pamphlets, do your books, do your things. I say do them all. And it should be the school districts. It should be the learned people of the world who like, oh, who can pick and choose and decipher. We don't need to be censored in that way because, but if there was like a coffee table book called Cops, the Best Years, it's like, these are all my favorite scenes from Cops. And also like 121 in Bush, I got him at gunpoint. Oh, look at that. That's the opening fucking forward of the book. So good. And then it's like, oh look, and here's a taser, and here's a crackhead with no shirt. And here's a man with no leg trying to kick the ass of the cop. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures. It's like the coffee table book I wanted to write, John, of happiest place on earth, ? And it's all at Disney properties with children crying or people fighting or someone hitting someone like aggressive. Because you go in Southern California, I had a pass for like 5 years. I see the worst shit there. The worst shit. You go to California Adventures now, they sell alcohol. Bro, that is why I only go there, because I don't want to deal with this shit sober. I can't even take if there's metal detectors now and they search your backpacks, but if you take a plastic flask or a water bottle filled with vodka or a suntan lotion filled with whiskey, you can get it. I'm just letting this know for the fans, for deep cuts, for the true Disney fanatics.
So you can get that coffee table book.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the whole thing. It's like, I don't want someone to sit there and read. I don't want anyone to ever have the idea like, oh, I'm reading this in a coffee shop. I'm reading this on my couch. I'm reading this in bed. I'm reading this on the toilet. No, I want none of that. This book's too big. Like, it's just too much. I can't transport it anywhere. I can't do anything with it. It's like I will read on the coffee table or I take it to bed and it's the bed. Like, Go ahead, try and shit with it. I dare you. I dare you. That's it.
You could sleep on it.
No, don't sleep on it because it's fragile. It's a piece of art. Come on, John. Come on, man. Oh.
It's huge, it's heavy, and it's fragile, but it's a book.
Yeah, it's like, John, one of my favorite pieces of literature were the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I found that those were robust in nature of the content they provided, however, so delicate in the transport. I don't want them on a toilet. I don't want them to be slept on. I just want you to pull that knowledge in as you look at them on a small table. Maybe coffee, maybe larger. Who knows? Your choice, not mine. I'm only the author. Did I just say I'm the author of the Dead Sea Scrolls? I might have been the author of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Folks, I do what a lot of alcoholics call time traveling, where like, oh, I'm hanging out on the porch. Oh, look, I'm in the kitchen. Look, I'm in a bar. Now I'm in a cell. Okay, now I'm out. This is great. This is great. It's either I'm an alcoholic or I'm the next iteration of Quantum Leap. I'm unsure. But we're in negotiations to see if we're going to do the first pilot of Drunken Quantum Leap. It's going to be brilliant. I promise.
I think we have something there.
Did you know, motherfucker? I'm sorry to take this off kilter. I'm really not at all. There is a new Quantum Leap being filmed currently.
No.
It got
series or movie?
Series.
Right on.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Super awesome. You start watching shit, John. Get into the game.
But it's not out yet.
Right. So when moments in life, opportunities present themselves to you, John.
Yeah.
The idea, and truly with all through lines of life, is if you have not prepared yourself for that moment to seize said opportunity, you will see the opportunity, but you have not built your staircase. You have not built your ladder. You have not hung the rope from the swing of the tree of your favorite oak. Mighty as it may be, it has not happened. So when that opportunity comes by, you are just left, or should I say left behind? Shout out to Kirk Cameron. Anyway, your life and what you're hearing, what you're doing, what you're thinking, is preparing these moments to get ready for these things, to be, I want to be on point. Like, here's concert tours musically. Here's literature things that are coming. Like, I want to know who is touring, what book tours, what is being released, what are the papers, the essays saying, what plays are coming out. Like, I want to be on the edge so I can have these ideas. I don't want to be the person who's like, oh yeah, I heard about Titanic. That was pretty good, right? It was where Leonardo did a never let go thing. Yeah, I'll watch that. It's good. So, yeah, no. You need to, not only for pop culture, for just social awareness, but if you're an art person, if it's literature, if it's an essayist, if it's a novelist, whatever it may be. And I would go, because Dave went further in that, but I would say there's a lot more media that's coming out as far as the things that we need to be aware of. We can still say like, nah, newspapers, old papers, that's the way. I'll never go online. I'm going to get my paper every day, see? Great, I get it. You like an essay, you like a poet, you like a fucking novelist. Good on you. But we now have documentarians. We now have all of these other mediums, short film artists. We have directors. We have people who are producing things, who are giving information in ways that are much more pertinent to our common day society, in our life, because my thing is, how many, like 90% of the people you ask, like, what's the last novel you read? Like, and or you get a lie, like, oh, War and Peace. Like, really? How did you feel about that? Like, but you ask someone, like, what was the last miniseries you watched? Like, oh my God. It's the same information. Someone has written it, someone has directed it. It is an art piece. So that's what I'm saying. We need to be aware of literature coming out. We need to become aware of media coming out. We need to be aware of the artists of our world who are shaping our world, so we're not stunned by the world that's coming before us. That's in everything art-wise, because that is, yes, you need to be up on common affairs and the political climate, and socioeconomic affairs and international affairs and all that shit. But cool, but what is your driving force of the things driving the home base, that's driving the cultures of everyone else? Is the arts. So where is this going? To see where this is going and put them, you can juxtapose them, you can see them in conglomeration of like, oh, this is great, but you got to be aware of it.
Yeah.
So shame on you for not knowing, and also shame on you for wearing the shirt of the show we're talking about, and you adjust your camera to make sure that everyone saw it. Shame on you.
Well, on that note, let's get into our first segment of the episode.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. No, should I change my shirt?
Yeah, if you want to match these.
No. Mine says "fuck yo couch." I'm very specific. I do not wear the shirt of the band I'm going to see. John L. Peacock does. This is how we work.
Today we're talking about PEN International, the organization PEN International.
I have no idea, but I feel like I'm going to go on a limb and say you're either A, a member, or B, a donor, because you have gotten A for your shirt that you are now wearing. Is that correct?
We'll get to that. So started in London in 1921, PEN International has the express goals of celebrating literature, preserving linguistic diversity, defending freedom of expression, and protecting writers at risk. The tagline for them is celebrating literature, defending freedom of expression.
Guardian in church, sawing the legs off the periodic table of elements. We are PEN International.
The organization, known today as PEN International, was originally started in London simply as PEN. Within 4 years, there were 25 PEN centers in Europe, and by 1931, there were several centers in South America as well as even China.
You see that Nexium started very big on the East Coast, and within 4 or 5 years, they were in Europe, they were in Mexico, they were in Spain with all their executive success programs. It was super good. Go on with PEN.
As the world grew darker just before the outbreak of war in 1939, PEN member centers included Argentina, Australia, Bolivia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Egypt, India, Iraq, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, Palestine, Uruguay, and the US, and others. Also, there are Scandinavian countries who were accounted for in the membership, and several countries in Eastern Europe. Basque, Catalan, and Yiddish centers were also represented.
Jesus Christ. Do you realize what you just did there? Do you hear yourself? Like I tune in and out because I talk shit a lot. You are fucking shitting facts out your nose, do you hear yourself? You just named a shit ton of countries. Like, there's a joke, there's a joke, get a joke, but also the Basque, and also, and then you're like, Israeli, Chile. Okay, see, John, holy shit. Do you see what you're doing? Take a step back. Like, pretend this is an out-of-body moment experience for someone who's slowly dying. Wow. Mother Russia, Ben writes you. Okay, go ahead. So you're reading the thing of their history of the Pen International. Go ahead, continue.
Today, it has over 140 censors globally.
It reminds me a lot of the Church of Scientology. I was just like, you know what? The more numbers we have, the better we're doing, and the less we can be accounted for. Perfect. That's great. John,
that's right.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, bro. Go ahead. So you're now preaching the gospel of the thing that started about literacy and the expansion and the support of said independent literature and freedom of speech in a literary world and art expression for that has now, hey, we're doing this. Yeah, we should all do this. And now it's now here, and now we have this many places in 3 countries, what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All right, go on. What is the next paragraph in that FAQ, history of our thing, say?
Well, it was one of the first non-governmental organizations, NGOs, in the world. So very much to preserve not only freedom of speech, but diversity in speech, and keeping mother languages alive, and keeping non-homogeny, essentially.
No, that's untrue, John. The oldest organization, the oldest profession in the world, I'm just saying, it was organized. I'm just saying, I'm not saying, but I'm saying you're using very loose wording, worse looting. Folks, if you like juxtaposition, if you like spoonerisms, well, you're in the right place. Anyway, oldest organizations, yeah, it definitely was not the old mafia, it wasn't the prostitution rings, it wasn't the slavery rings. But literature, poets, and essayists this organization is the oldest
non-governmental organization, NGO.
Right, because all of those other ones, those are definitely government organizations.
Or they get money from the government. That's the huge difference.
God damn. So now, awesome. They were the first NGO.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, okay, you got to put the right emphasis on the right syllable, because you eat so many of your words, John. You did not say NGO before. You said it was one of the first non-governmental associations before the thing. And this was when, and also France and Chile, and also Uruguay and Islamabad. Like, John, we don't know what you're saying. It was a recognized NGO, the oldest,
yes,
that has been getting money. Okay. See, folks, all it takes is a little clarification, a little love, a little sensitivity, and I have none of those fucking things right now. So let's talk.
I've read this paragraph. I'm not going to read it because you don't like my reading tone, but I'm going to summarize it. It was a huge organization for art expression and political expression in the rise of World War II, of the Third Reich, inside of Germany, outside of Germany, in Europe, and around the world, and then the rise of the Soviet USSR, both which were huge propagandist machines that silenced educators and silenced writers.
Artists, completely,
Yeah,
100%, because that is how free speech. If you have free speech, it makes people think. If you have free thinkers, you can't have free thinkers. And in a society like that, where you're having a dictator, where you're having an oligarchy, you can't have free thought. You can't have those things. So yes, John, and you're doing really good. Like, I have the page up too. Like, if you want to take turns reading the paragraphs, we can. But this is better. This is how we actually operate. See, like, you got the words across in your weird ginger, Third Reich way. And then I say, yes, John, yes, and because this is the yes and I want from life. That we're all free thinkers, that we're all able to do our own things. I'm not having to conform and read your sentences. Like, this is your truth. Cool. I know it. I'm not trying to think of the 4 facts. I know this now. I've read it. I'm researching this. I understand it. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to regurgitate your exact verbiage, but I know exactly what your meaning is. I know exactly what happened. So let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened here, right? So these motherfuckers, they came in hot and they protected everybody, right, John? Right when the Third Reich was coming in, when World War II, when they were silencing what they call dissonance, they're silencing artists and the poets and the authors, and it came true with Russia. It came true with the communists, not just Russia. The Communist Party, that idea. And so this was an organization that was a beacon. They were the ones supporting when there was no way to say yes. There was no way to hold your own by yourself, because you would be silenced eventually if you were not clever as fuck. And John L. Peacock, you are not. So when this goes down, you better get with a pen, because you will not be safe. You dissonant, loud, non-street wise motherfucker. However, it's a great organization that started early, and they were the first non-governmental NGO, non-governmental organization that is. You're saying the first, because I didn't read the first. You're saying the first, I didn't read the first. One of the first, you were saying. Doesn't matter. Anyway, you look at him. He's a deer in headlights. He's an NGO in a government-filled contract. Look at it. Look at the red tape in his face. Look at him. Well, I need to fill this form out in triplicate before I can answer that question. John.
Oh, the bureaucracy.
Oh. If it wasn't for the kindness of strangers, the bureaucracy and the red tape would have killed me by now. Oh, lordy, lordy. That's a multiple entendre of literary references. You're welcome, John. See how we take that from the hip? All right. But now we're moving on. So these motherfuckers were holding true to the people talking shit in an educated manner. The John L. Peacocks who didn't know their ass from the hole in the ground, they're like, but they were talking shit, and that's the good thing to do. Like, hey, we're pen, come under the umbrella. Hey, come here. And you get them all under one thing, like, Jesus Christ, we have to feed them all now and keep them indoors because we cannot let them out. We can't let them
out. Right. We'll go back to that in just a second, because that's a major it's the reason why they're still around. Yeah.
Correct. A moment in their history. It's a major moment in their history because it's a defining moment in what an organization is and how they move forward in the world. Correct?
Right, and it has shown since then where the route they went.
No, correctly. The route, the choices, the path, and the people they have, the fights they have picked, the battles they have fought, the hills they have died on, have shown their colors and where their organization truly lies in its heart and soul.
Right.
John, see, I feel like I can go with you as a translator anywhere. We're both white Americans. Like, no, I'm his translator. He's like, nah, he. And if I go to a country that I don't speak language, like, he says that he's not sorry about what he's doing. I don't know. They don't understand.
Just get
me,
louder.
Man. I guess we got to get out of here. Whatever.
So, as my boy Pete has alluded to, the acronym of PEN stands for, originally stood for Poets, Essayists, Novelists. It has been broadened to poets, playwrights, editors, essayists, novelists.
Yeah. Ugh. That makes me very upset. Like, that makes me upset. Just so you know, for me, like, because people like, all right, but it's all the same letters, but we need our acronym to be having more letters of things because I'm different than those things. No, you're not, motherfucker. Like, how about you don't fuck with the acronym? How about you just keep doing the God's goddamn truth work that you're doing with your art and stop being a bitch about, they don't say my name. You know what? They don't say my name either. You know what? Life is shit. How about you keep working with that? That makes me ill. Like when I read that in the FAQs and histories of who we are, like, and that happened not long enough ago to make it like, I just hate that. I hate that. That's me. That's a two-sided. John supports, loves, adopts everyone. Like, nah, man, you're goddamn included. We have a letter for you. It's not an identification. It's an identification as an artist. And how dare you try to put the artist identification into my acronym system that I already have worked into something that I write with because it's artistic. You son of a bitch. Now I have a stutter. Like, look at you. Are you having a stroke? No, I'm just trying to be socially aware of all the people who are struggling in my world. Awful. No. Awful. That's me. That's me. I'm with them. I support them. But you ain't special. You ain't special. Get with the program. Pay the money. Pay the dues. Stay with the program. That's why I had to leave SAG. Anyway, I digress.
When it was founded at a Florence restaurant in London, October 5th, 1921, by Catherine Amy Dawson Scott, John Gladsworthy was the first president, and original members included Joseph Conrad, Elizabeth Craig, George Bernard Shaw, and H.G. Wells.
Right, but they were doing it for friends of friends. And the thing was like, all right, my shit's not going right now. Wells was like, I have this idea for an invasion, but it's not working out well, and I don't get a lot of good feedback. So I need people to support me in the horrible things I'm going to do in the world. And so, is this cool? Can I be somebody who knows somebody? Have you thought about that? I literally halfway through my fucking joke, I was like, have you thought about that? Did he get on the board because he didn't want to be He's like, come on, guys, support me when I fuck the entire United States up. But like, we're being invaded. It's the War of the Worlds. Like, if you didn't hear the first 20 seconds of it, like, guys, you guys got me back? I go fucking talk like this then. Right, you guys got me back. Now, I'm going to come over here from across the pond. But pen, fucking even put your fists in. H.G. Wells, Gonna go fuck shit up in America. Cheers, mate. Good on you.
Orson
What about
Welles.
that? What about? Oh, are you talking about oil wells? Do you remember
H.G.
the well
Wells, the Time Machine author.
Oh, are you talking about the well that the little baby Tracy fell down in Texas?
That's right. Don't worry, Lassie will help her.
Shh. Ooh, what's that, girl? There's a Wells that's making a book about a radio show and the time machine. I don't understand. Let's go back to the Penn station and think about what you're talking about. All right. I'll put the peanut butter on myself this time. You have had it the last 3 times.
Some examples of programs to promote linguistic rights are International Mother Language Day, Worldwide Languages Self-Empowering with Poetry, Quebec Declaration on Translation, and Culture's
Bullshit.
Oxygen.
Bullshit. All bullshit. Like, the thing is, here's my deal. Like, John, you know I'm a fucking ally, right? You know where my heart is, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the angry guy who's on the right side who will like, should we fight those people? No, just like maybe stay back at the bake sale. All right, but let me know if we need a fucking fist fight. Whatever, man. But I'm saying my biggest beef with all of our things, all the things we do are so fucking. Oh, it's the thing to do, like how you name it, your naming conventions, and how you meet and what you do. Like, God damn it! Like, I can't get behind that. I'm not a part of that. Like, I'm down. Like, can't you get better names? Like, I don't want to go deep. I don't want to go deep, John. And this is a different conversation. But like, can't we be the Black Panthers? Can't we be the Purple Beavers? Like the Redlands Marsupials? Like, oh, we all have purple sweatshirts that have yellow lining and they all have pockets. Why? Because we're marsupials. We're gonna fuck your shit up, literary style. Like, I don't like the names that people come up with. I don't like it. Like, that's my trigger. You know me, it's like, bitch move. Fuck, no, fuck that. You know me. I'm with it. Like, all right, tell me the story. Like, all right, I'll give money, but god damn it, I don't like it. You're supporting what I like. Fuck you guys, man. Fuck shit. Like, can you stop swearing? Fuck no. Here's another. Fuck. Who should make the check out to? Well, I'm gonna sign it in the memo as fuck shit fuck. Catch that.
And they would fight tooth and nail for your freedom to express that.
No, I know, man. But you're talking literary, you're talking art, you're talking, it's just such a moving target now, John. It's just so moving.
Right.
Like, the pen is just like, which is the acronym that we don't need to understand because there's so many letters that are all P's and E's and N's, like whatever, great, fantastic. It's the same thing. It's like, you don't win. You don't know where the moving target is. It's like a political party, or it's like a nonprofit movement, like a conservation movement. It's just something that you're like, am I doing bad right now, or am I doing good? Like, I'm with you. Like, if there's weird names and weird things, like it's on voter registries, like, are you for or against yes or no usage of moving forward with maybe going forward with these thought processes of canceling these books? Like, yes or no? I don't know, man. Like, hey, shut the fuck up. Can I put that down? Like, I don't. It makes me angry. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, and this, John, this is an organization that has been around this long. It is that is the problem with everything. Unless you have like, oh, you have your old board members, you have your like, oh, you're rich white bullshit people. This is what we've known since, well, we stopped the Third Reich and now we can stop this. Like, whoa, hey, come on, Turbo. Come on now. How about like, I feel like everything that is political and is not private or nonprofit and board run needs to be finite. Like, yeah, we have our presidents for 4 years for 2 terms. Yeah, we have our senators and our governors for their terms. We have our Supreme Courts for life. Like, all right. That's like my work. I have people like once you're at a position like, oh, you're the crew chief.
Right.
Or you're the team lead of the crash team. And I've said this now, and like it was funny before, but like, God damn it, there's a through line of this shit. There's no goddamn exit strategy. We are literally in an employment situation of the Middle East. Like we have no exit strategy. Like things are fucked, and we have no way to stop this. Like it is what it is until something bad happens that we can follow up on, or you quit. Like that's it.
So it's like the train has left the station, but it's going the wrong way.
Right. Like, well, we'll catch it again when it comes back this through, and we'll say, "Hey, stop!" And maybe they'll slow down by the time we get around the second time. Who knows?
Right.
Whatever. Like, yeah, no, I don't. And that's like, well, don't talk about your issues. Why don't you be the change you want to be, Pete? Be the lead. Be the like. No, motherfucker, I got shit to do. I can't live like that. Like, I have enough pressure of life of my own. I can't deal with this. Pen with your extra acronyms. I can't join you. Hope for the best, expect the worst. Man, no. All right. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
So with their celebration of literature, something that has been around since the beginning is the Penn Award. But they've really in the past several decades, they've really come to focus on the program they call Writers in Prison. Since 1960, this program has documented over 900 writers in prison or who have been tortured, threatened, attacked, made to disappear, and killed for their peaceful practice of their profession.
And you're talking, of writers who have been in prisons.
Yes.
Okay. And that is foreign, domestic?
Worldwide. A major focus these days is China and parts of the Middle East. They are still cracking down the hardest on dissident writers, making them disappear, imprisoning them indefinitely without charge, etc., etc. Liu Xiaobo is a major figure from this initiative. Liu Xiaobo was president and founding member of the independent Chinese Penn Center.
Okay, so this is because it's an international organization, so we're talking about Chinese prison. Okay.
Yep. He was arrested in 2008 for signing the Charter 8 Manifesto and held incommunicado under his pretrial detention at an undisclosed location in Beijing until he was formally charged with inciting subversion of state power, was the quote, inciting subversion of state power, and sentenced to 11 years in prison.
Okay.
In 2010, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for, quote, his long and non-violent struggle for foundational human rights in China.
Okay.
And the reason why we know him is because of Penn, because of the exposure that they were able to have both before his imprisonment and after his imprisonment, because he was basically, they try to whitewash him. They try to scrub him from the books in China.
Okay, so they're finding it's like the project for that we have in the U.S. for death row inmates, where people do shit. What is the name of it? Can't remember. Anyway, there's a prison program for anyone who has their last conviction or whatever. But
yeah,
bro. So you said you clicked me to was writers in prison, and that reminded me one of my favorite podcasts, NPR, called Ear Hustle.
Okay.
And it is recorded in San Quentin, and Nigel Poor, an NPR contributor, editor, goes to the prison and works with the inmates on podcasts. And they do podcasts about prison from the studio with her, run by prisoners, featuring prisoners. And they're like, oh, what is a kite? How do you pick a roommate? What do you like? All these things about prison. But the people who've gotten out, what is his name? Nigel Wood, I want to say. I can't remember. It's not here. Anyway,
okay.
He was in like all these people, and they go through a lot of their sentences, and things like, oh, I'm in for 25 years. I'm in for this, and here's, I got my parole. I hit this at 20 years. And they follow them outside of prison. And it's like, they have done these things to get, it's just really amazing. But it's more, instead of about the pen supporting a prisoner through this to like shine light on this one person's thing. This podcast is shining light on the prison system and how prisoners deal with. And it's turning prisoners who had no, like, yeah, you got your GED, yeah, you're doing this, you're doing whatever, but now you're like, oh, you can do audio editing. You can now do mixing. You can host a show. And as people get paroled, she gets to do hosts. She gets new people. Like, highly recommend. Highly recommend.
That's awesome. That actually reminds me a lot of the Shakespeare in Prison initiative out of San Francisco. It started about 12 years ago, and it brought, I know you're not the biggest fan of him, but it brought Shakespeare into the prisons, and the program was a spectacular success. It literally had a recidivism rate of 0 of those who were in the original program. Those who got out, none of them went back.
Yeah, that's great. But honestly, that was half of the story, because the people got cut. Like, they realized how horrible Shakespeare was. They got 12 more years for trying to stab the lighting director. Like, it was awful. Fuck you, Banquo. I will not stand for this.
One of the original members of the program, when he got out, literally played Othello at Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and was never an actor beforehand.
And then rob those motherfuckers blind.
He stole their hearts.
Let's have fun with it. Maybe his girlfriend cover for him. No, he's with me. This is Banquo. Girl, I'm Othello. Don't make me hit you again. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So Lou Zibo did get out 11 years after his original imprisonment, and then he died in police custody in 2017.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yep. So again, they tried to get rid of him, They finally got rid of him. But with Penn and organizations like this, we know about him. We know about his dissent. We know about those who are able to read him, are able to follow him, are able to continue his work in China.
No, they're not able to, John. So again, you're not watching the normal day-to-day of what's happening there. They can't read him and follow him. But I like where your heart is at. I like where your show is at. Oh God, John, I think people like you. And I'm gonna buy one of your t-shirts.
They've also, as of recent as 2016, joined several organizations, one called Free Mouse and the International Campaign for Human Rights in Iran, to help 7 imprisoned authors and musicians, and called for the head of the judiciary and other Iranian authorities to drop the charges against them. And they were all being charged for dissonance. So they are, like I said, continuing this around the world in places where they wouldn't have a voice otherwise.
Well, the thing that you say when you say that, it makes me upset because like I'm friends with a lot of mutes who don't have voices, just general. And it's
Right.
like when you're like, well, they don't have voices, like why you gotta have an organization? Why can't you have a clicker? Like do your own thing. You know what I mean? Click, 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 click. Come on, John. Do the program. We're people too.
That's right. Before we talk about the last part of this segment, I just want to give a shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio on our YouTube page. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, shit. Shut the fuck up, John. Is the Awesome Sauce on our YouTubes?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Folks, because John doesn't like to stop and take breaks for promotions and shout outs. John is more of a reading ginger more than a feeling ginger. That's why I'm here. Folks, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button just as hard as Will Smith took that slap at the Oscars. Slap that motherfucker, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that alert. But also, don't be afraid to follow the people here. The Awesome Sauce cast, no wait, what was the one I couldn't spell? It wasn't Awesome Sauce. I know how to spell that. Canada's Conundrum.
There you go.
If you follow them too, I dare you to spell it. I dare you. I still help you dare you. But do that. Also, great people, great times, great oldies. Tune in now. We're on Spotify and Apple Pod, and our email is twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's twosidedpod@gmail.com. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.
So we're going to wrap this up with looking a little bit at PEN America, which was founded in 1922, just 1 year after London, and is the largest of all the centers worldwide that make up the PEN International Network.
Right. How many thetans does it take to work up to the main hub of the PEN International Network, John?
They obviously are very much continuing in the same tradition and goals as PEN International here in America and abroad. They are based out of New York City, and
New York City.
They have.
Get a
That's
room.
right. Their recent PEN America president was Salman Rushdie, who has a
the Satanic Diaries. He had a fatwa put on his head, John. You're not giving good ideas about what is the PEN International and who the good people are. You could have said like Meryl Streep, and we all would have fell in love with you. But now, Salman Rushdie? God damn it. Okay, go ahead. Salman Rushdie.
Currently has
Who?
a hit out for him internationally because of his. He has to have bodyguards with him at all times because he has a hit out for him.
No, not a hit, John. It's called a fatwa.
Can you explain that?
Yes, I can. It's what in the Muslim culture, when it's you have made a sin against humanity and against your fellow man, that all people, it is their duty religiously to stop you and kill you. It is not a sin. A fatwa is basically, it's been declared in the US a couple times, but specific people. Salman Rushdie was in the Satanic, he published the Satanic Chronicles about the Quran and the things, and that is why, just like when they did the people in the comic strip in Paris who did, they declared a fatwa, and these people were not associated, but they were, John. So a hit? No. That's omerta, like blood of my blood. No, John, that's different. Like, hey, I'll turn on you like a motherfucking Whitey Bulger up in this motherfucker. But a fatwa, John, that's a different beast. It's not a hit. Know your things, baby. And he's the president, and now you want me to join up? Like, oh, we got fatwas rolling around here? I just came to Anaheim for like maybe going to Disneyland and having a good cocktail party with Salman Rushdie, and all of a sudden, I'm fatwa? No, thank you. Pen, all of your letters, you can take them or leave them. I would have been here if there was 3, now there's 17. I will not participate, fatwa, very much.
Well, the current president is Ayat Akhtar, with his Pulitzer Prize winning play Disgraced. He has Homeland Elegies, which is called a tour de force by the Washington Post, and was selected by the New York Times as one of the 10 best books of 2020, the year that he became president of PEN America 2020.
That's fine. But you got to look at the climate. Like, you got to look at who wins the best Academy Award, best actor, and the best movie every year going forward, because it's literally the climate of America. The best actor, 95% of the time, now not anymore, has always had a handicap. It was someone they felt, oh, are you, I Am Sam, A Beautiful Mind, someone who has
Theory of Everything,
a deficit of some disorder, or the best picture. And this is how, because our society goes those ways. So now, like, oh, you won, you got this greatest author because you're this guy and you had the play, and like, okay, you're in now. You just had Salman Rushdie. Your track record is not good. I don't know what this motherfucker's skeletons causes are, but they're gonna come out and you're gonna not be good. No. Acronyms be damned. Will not stand for it. I'm with it, John. I support him. But I say nay to the way that you're promoting it, because the more you say these things, like, the more I think it's like diabolical bullshit. Like, no, man. No. You ain't been, You ain't been out long enough. No. That's what I say. No. That's a conundrum if I've ever seen one.
That's right. Well, let's play this message. Let's have a shot, and let's talk about something else.
Yeah, no, I'm poured. I'm ready, and I'm ready to move on, John. So help me.
Hello, sirs. How are you? I just joined. What is PEN International and the Voices Fest? I'm intrigued.
See, John?
Do tell.
See, John?
See, John?
See, John?
I do.
So this is why I feel like, come on, we can't expect the Foxes to get on at 5 o'clock. They got shit to do. We can't expect New Yorkers to get on at 8 o'clock. They got shit to do. Everyone has shit to do, John. And just because it works for your schedule doesn't mean it works for everyone's schedule, John. So again, this is the part where I say, let's do a reset and start the show over. Play the didgeridoo. Let's go from square one. We're only an hour and a half in. Nail it. Let's go. Let's go fast. That's it. But I literally would do it if you want to go fast. I would do it in a heartbeat. And I would yell at you all the way through. So, because you're not fast enough and you're trying to be punctual. I don't like it. Yeah. John, can you give the summation of what Penn International and the Voices Fest is? Because we're not at the Voices Fest yet.
Nope. So Penn International started in 21 in London. Is there to protect 19 and 21 in London. There to help internationally across the globe, freedom of expression, helping writers at risk, especially those who are being censored, tortured, imprisoned, killed for their writings and their dissonance, and the celebration of literature.
Correct. So basically, like everything John said is correct. That is what it is, truly. To make it like hit home, like as an artist, I am an artist. I am currently being tortured by John L. Peacock's verbiage. And if I submit a claim to Penn International, because it's different now, it's not PEN, the acronym was Poets, Essayists, Naysayers. No. Narrators, novelists, there we go.
There you go.
Poets, essayists, novelists. That was the initial, and now people are like, but I'm a poet, I'm a prophet, I'm a puppet, and I'm a poet. Get my essays on my equine fun. I'm a knower, I'm a novelist, I'm a nomad. And all those ones got now introduced, so we still have all the N. There's no extra letters, and they're still like, no, we're Penn. Like, no, motherfucker, you're not. You're like, you're putting up with the shit that I put up with. That is going to be actively in my claim to Penn as an artist, supporting me in my trials and my tribulations with you ginger fuck, in this two-sided pod at gmail.com. That's TWO sided pod at gmail.com. May Lord have mercy on our Penn soul.
Right. So now it's poets, playwrights, editors, essayists, novelists.
I feel like my whole thing is fuck the editors, man. Like, you're not writing things, you're just telling us what's bad about our diction and our punctuation. Like, no. You don't get to tag on to our industrial revolution. You don't. No. I am James Taylor. This is my cotton gin, and you will have nothing to do with it.
Right. It's the old adage. What's the partnership of the writer and the editor? The writer, through blood, sweat, and tears, and months, pours his heart onto the page, and the editor checks for grammar.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And I'm with it. Like, I get, like, it's needed. I'm not saying it's not needed. It is definitely needed. But you are not a fucking artist. You are a scientist. You are a clinician. You are what I do. Like, oh, that looks like that's a mass right there. We need to pull that right out. And then you cauterize. And do what is needed. Done.
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know, in case you didn't, Foxy is tuning in on YouTube now.
That's my girl. And I didn't mean to scare you off with the face of Dylan. Like, I realized when there's the face of thing, like, nobody needs that. No need it. Very difficult.
Speaking of difficult, let's jump into our next.
Nope. Let's
lightning round.
Nope. Let's do a shot instead. And how about you learn your goddamn lesson, John?
Cheers, my boy Pete.
I hope for the best. I expect the worst. Cheers to you. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, no, I'm ready.
For our next lightning round, this segment is called Accented Answers.
No, John, no. I wasn't ready before. Can you please tell us what we're doing, please? Come on, man. What are we doing? What? Hey, are we moving on? What are we doing?
We're doing the lightning round.
Yeah, goddamn. Oh shit! Now we got Beaker here. Fuck you, John. I asked for the Swedish Chef. You gave me Beaker. We're gonna have to launch him through a goddamn wall. John, I was looking for a lightning round sound of an intro to lightning round, but you know what? You ding off anytime you want. You shirt wearing Pen American motherfucker. I'm ready. Let's rock. I try my best. I expect the worst.
This lightning round segment is called Accented Answers. I'll be asking my boy Pete some questions and giving him an accent in which to answer them.
La 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 loot. I gotta get my face warmed up. Ready? Let's go.
Who's your favorite poet with an Irish accent?
My favorite poet? I don't know. But I will tell you one thing, lad. It starts out with, there was a man from Nantucket, and I don't know where that is very well, but I know that is not very good.
Who's your favorite essayist in a, let's say, Colombian accent?
And you're honestly the worst. You're actively the worst. What's your? I didn't give a good answer the first time, and now you're going to ask for random accents of the answers that I gave. So here's one of the things that we need to learn is when my answers are not good and coherent and have good backing, it's not good to ask them again. And I know you're saying like, hey man, get your good backing and figure shit out. I know, John, but what I'm asking you is maybe figure out a different format because 90% of the time it doesn't work. I'm just saying, but you know what? Sometimes he's I love to sit by the fire and I hear is the how you say como se dice, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's Sylvia Plath. And she talks about how beautiful all of the flowers are, and I feel like I am a little pequeño triplero, like a small elf in a tree. It's very, very good. It makes me feel very, very good.
You do remember that you do not have to give the same answers as you did before, right? You've never had to do that.
No, I don't, and I don't like you.
Next question. Who's your favorite novelist in a British accent?
Right. Now, what we've got here. Oh, look at it. It's fucking. Oh, look, you can fucking read up in all the things he's got to do. Come make my coffee. Look at that fucking cat. The road. Call him the boy. Call him the man. Good on you, right? Good on you.
And finally, what's your stance on the First Amendment in a Russian accent?
Listen, John, there's very many times when we have very, very many feelings about things we need to think about, right? First off, how are arms dealing with? They say right to bear arms. In Mother Russia, look at bears with arms, they say, you have right to have them. But then, you go to Siberia, all the bears attack with their arms, like maybe not so many arms. Maybe we do not have more arms. Maybe we bear bears. So what I say, John, what I say, every house gets one chicken in the sink, one bear with no arms as security. With no bare arms, we bear bears. Mother Russia bears you. We don't.
Was Russian My Boy Pete weighing in on the Second Amendment or the First Amendment of freedom
You
of
know what?
speech?
The whole thing is everyone needs to say, listen, I yell about bare arms and people are like, stop talking. I was like, I will not stop talking. They say, stop. I say, no, bears, no arms. I have flags. I go to Moscow, to Kremlin. I hold up sign. I say, oh, look, here's small babushka doll. Look, here's a nesting doll. Look, everyone I pull out, no arm, no arm, no arm, no arm, no arm, no arm. Bears get no arms. They're like, you're making a scene. You should leave. They're like, I have rights. Amendment 1, still held up. Amendment 2 is what my heart is at. Very good. All this way across. Was that a good save? Good save?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh shit, we were all fucking touch and go there. Like, honestly, here's the thing, John. When people see behind the curtain, they don't know where the magic comes from anymore. And that is what we're gonna have to edit this out, because if people see this magic behind Spotify door number 1, Apple Podcast number 2, the YouTube number 3, hit that subscribe and like button like Will Smith hit. You know what? We're not going to go there because that's not who we are. But also, you can email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. But you can edit all this out because people don't need to hear this, John. That's not who we are. We are something else.
That's right.
That's right.
And if you do follow us on Spotify or Anchor or Apple Podcasts, please rate us as well. We love the 5 stars. It doesn't hurt you. It only helps us.
No, don't do that, because I feel like all the people who listen to us, honestly, like, fuck those guys. Give them a 1. I'll listen to them all the time, but give them a 1 because it's funny. I would too. I wouldn't, but John, don't say we can rate, and also don't mention Anchor, because it's full of pirates. Honestly, full of. When was the last time you watched Goonies? Hey, Mikey, need to go to the bathroom. You got to come on Anchor. Hey, rate this show. It's very, very upsetting.
Hey, you guys.
No, John, there's no more Rocky Road left, and you cannot have any more Rocky Road. No. It's our time on stereo.
That's right.
Their time on Anchor. It's all over the second you wrote up Troy's bucket. Come on, John, let's do the show.
Well, we're jumping into our final segment of the episode.
No, we're not. No, we're not, because we have a shot to do and a message to listen to, and you're not being a good host of me or our one-person audience. And that is what I don't like about this.
John.
You were saying that, I was picturing the Affleck thinking he should be walking by the screen right now going, Affleck.
saying, so we can pay you money when you've been hurt from an accident and pay you cash.
You don't have to wait for those bills. But also I get paid every time I say Affleck. And the thing is, John doesn't know about my all of my endorsements that I have. But if he did, he would want to buy these Air Jordans and also these Skechers. They make all of your life problems a step away. God damn it, I don't know, John. But I think I got $12 right there.
They make all of your life sketchy. Skechers.
Right. Hey, do you have a family who's on crack? Try Skechers. That's sketchy as fuck. I just got $48 right there. Look at that.
That's right.
Because you said it, I said it, you said it. That's right. You're wearing the Penn shirt. Like, they will not pay the Penn that they don't pay. And they don't pay. So like, we're a nonprofit. Like, yeah, you're the biggest fucking hustling conglomerate, man. I'm here for the hustle. Come on, pay me. Pay me. John. No, but John, pay me.
I'm just here for the conversation, man.
I'm here for you to pay me. I don't care if this podcast makes money. I don't care if our show makes money. I don't care if I get a show out of this, you get a show out of this. I want you to pay me. Thanks.
Cheers.
Folks, you just heard, oh, that was a business proposition. John's going to pay me to be continuing to be hilarious and part of, I'm good now. I didn't chase it. I was like, I have funny things to say. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You need to have a chaser because that was rough. You need to rethink your life goals, my man. Like, you actively have choices that have been made poorly. Like, you are Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, and you chose poorly.
Or young Indiana Jones. Everybody's lost but me.
No, man. That's a problem, John. Like, John makes a reference like that, and I'm with him. I'm 100% with you, but I'm going to stay with you and try to connect with you. Like, that's so Raven that you would say that. Young Indiana Jones people didn't watch until you watched all the other shit, and you were broken as a child, or like, you had a weird family. Cool, but that's so Raven of you to make a reference of an amazing conglomerate of an amazing movie, and you chose one that was on not network television, cable TV for 2 years. That's super good, John.
Oh, it's actually the beginning segment of the movie, and not the series. It's when River Phoenix played him.
Oh no, it's even better when we get to clarify. It's even better. I feel like what has happened now is John has reached his fist into my chest and pulled out my comedy heart that was still beating and crushed it and threw in the fire. Like, I honestly, like, yeah, no, you're right. I'm wrong. You're the best. I'm the worst. You're good looking. I'm not attractive. All the things are happening. And now we're here. You're right. How about just give it the program, make a better joke that we all, you know what? But no, because who needs it, John? I don't have time for that. I don't have time for people who are coming to school correct. I don't do church on Sundays. Fuck that. Like, let's go deep in the paint, baby. Like, you want to go early, you want to go deep cuts in movies. I can't naysay you for that. I'm being defensive. because I didn't realize it was from a movie. You said Young Indiana Jones because that was a reference of the show that happened because of the early of Indiana Jones movie with River Phoenix, what was not a precursor of the movie. He was not called Young Indiana Jones. He was called. Anyway, I digress, and I hope for the best for you and your family. And I truly hope you like snakes, because I have released snakes into all of your house, and there's blow darts in your hallway. If you don't know what Indiana Jones is, you will when this podcast is over, John. I pray to God I talk to you on Tuesday. If not, throw me the whip. I'll throw you the idol. No? Fair enough.
Shout out to Alfred Molina.
Shout out to Rips, John. I don't know who you live with, but Jesus, man. My thing is like, yes, and no, and just whip me, please. And
Well, I appreciate you not censoring my wanting to express, and that leads us to our final segment of the episode, the World Voices Festival, put on by PEN America.
yeah. Sorry, no, I'm good. I'm 100%. I'm with you. Like this is the show. Like a lot of times our shows, the serious and the fun we're both. I feel they're all serious. To me, John's not good at putting things out, but we're all on the same page. We're actively 90% of the same time on the same page of what we feel about these things, of these topics. I know nothing about this. Like truly, I'm just letting you know, I know nothing about this. I knew this much about the previous, and the things I knew, I'm with it. Like, yeah, you're good. You're good. Like Red Cross, super great. Super great. All the times I give all my change in all Circle K's, AM, PMs, all the things in the thing, like great. I love them. When I had people who were high up in the nonprofit were like, oh no, that's a conglomerate. Like, oh, we're a nonprofit, but your heads make like 2.5 million a year, and the payments that people get are like, it's just not. It doesn't equate. Like it just doesn't like. I know how much your board has. I know how much your board like, and now you're talking about PEN. Like we're supporting these people. Like, yeah, I'm with you. Yes, people need to be heard. Yes, there needs to be a group. Yes, but who are you fucking people who hired Salman Rushdie as your president? Like, well, no, because there's something else happening. He's not a great writer. Have you read it?
Hit that? No.
It's not literature wise, as far as a written word, it's not good. It's like an expose. It's like anything you're going to read today of like A Man in the Room, or like anything that has happened in the White House in the last 3 years. It's the same. It's literally the same thing. Literally. It's not great. It's like, oh, wow. Oh, holy shit. Fucking shit. I'm like, it's better than most of the shit. But no, the one from Bernstein, like his was good. Like as far as written word.
Yeah.
Written word. Great. But it was all sensational. Everything was sensational things. Like we all knew. Like, all right, great. The difference of that is no one else had the balls to say it. He was the only one to say it, and he did it in his voice, which was great. But if you're looking at literature across the world and across the ages, his voice is not great. Like, it's just like, okay, I've read a lot of bullshit war paperbacks of like, here's first person accountability, and here's a poet through Paris, and here's like, I've read a lot of different things. Like, okay, like, I'm with you, like, you're good, but you are an idea. You're the Jenna McCarthy. No, let me take it back. I'm gonna go deeper on that. I'm gonna go deeper. I'm gonna go, because Jenna McCarthy was gonna make a different joke. I'm gonna say you're more of a Pamela Anderson, where you have this idea, you have these things, but now when the truth comes to roost, like, man, we saw behind the curtain. Like, I'm hating, but you're like, yeah, you're not that. You're not. Oh, you want to be a serious actor? No, you're not. This motherfucker is going to do whatever the fuck he wants, because that is what he's been doing, and he's continued to do. Like, I'm with you, Tommy. I'm with you. But, and that's the bullshit in our society, in pen, in anything. It's like, oh, here's our little thing, and like, oh, we're losing traction. We're gonna pull in something that can give us name, can give us something. Like, all right, you're still doing the Lord's work. You're still helping the one-offs. But how many people have heard of pen? Like, honestly, how many people have heard of pen? And especially after changing acronym. That's pen. Like, right?
Well, they've always had this bent on bringing in presidents who are maybe politically driven or socio-politically driven. Arthur Miller was a previous president.
Well, Arthur Miller, fucking course, man. Of course, because that was back in, he was a president back in 80, no, before that.
I believe in the 70s.
Yeah, no, it was like early, I was going to say early 80s, late 70s, but Arthur Miller, because his shit, where he was so controversial as a poet, as a writer, as a director, like A View from a Bridge, bro. Come on, man. Come on. And like, to me, that was the antithesis of his idea of here's what immigrants look like. Here's how people are taken. Here's how family life is dissected. Here is how a personal experience in these moments has been fucking taken apart, right? And to me, that was the first time, like, he did a lot of great shit. Death of a Salesman, he did, and again,
The Crucible, looking at the House Un-American. Yep.
Right. And it looks like, but those ones connect with different people in different ways, right? I love them all. I'm not saying I personally like The Crucible, but Death of a Salesman, great. We've all seen it too many times in different high school productions, which is all bullshit. Right? And the good ones are like, all right, still, like, I'm seeing all these bad, like, yeah, all right. The writing is good, but you're just missing all these, like, okay, but what is the connection? What is its connection? A View from a Bridge is just, the writing is the same, but the connection of what the characters are doing and how that relates to how people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was. Of course, they pulled him in because like you're going to give us credibility. They pulled in Salman Rushdie because now like, oh, you're on the wanted list. Like, no news is good news. Is all news is all publicity. I digress. That was not what the actual quote was.
There's no such thing as bad news unless it's your obituary.
There you go. See, the two-sided pod strikes again. John doesn't get it. Nailed it. I don't get it. Nailed it. We're all family, this motherfucker. Yeah, so I'm just, so the pen thing, like I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. I believe in the cause, but the acronyms they come up with, the shit they're doing, how they're supporting the things, it's not my jam, baby. It's not my jam. Like, but you know me, I'm not anti anything unless it's fucking stupidity. And I feel like putting too many letters in an acronym might be stupidity. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
So the World Voices Literary Festival is the premier and fun celebration of international literature in the United States. It's a annual landmark event in New York City, and as of this year, Los Angeles. And this year it is running May 11th through 14th. For 4 days with over 80 writers from 25 countries will be featured across 30 cross-cultural exchanges and events. They'll have debates. They'll have live readings.
Where?
In the Greenwich Village of New York City and Los Angeles.
I'm a big fan of yours, John, but I threw you a loop. Like you said it's in Los Angeles, but where? What is the venue? And
there's a couple of different venues.
You just said Greenwich Village, which is in New York. I said, where in LA? Greenwich Village and a couple of venues in LA. John, welcome to the party. Where is this shit happening? Penn, my man.
You can check that out on penn.org/festival.
Wow. Wow. All right, fair enough. Like my whole thing is like, I want to ask you more questions. Continue. Do your things. Like if you don't have the answers to them, like I won't have the intellect to question you. I promise you, I will dumb myself down if you want to be stupid as fuck. John, I'm drinking. I burped in the phone. I don't give a shit. Let's be drunk. Let's not ask questions. You just talk about the festivals that are happening in Greenwich Village and LA, and we want to talk about when, where, how. It'll be great. It'll be good. Like super good.
Yeah, check them out. So this festival was founded by Salman Rushdie, Esther Allen, and Michael Roberts, and launched in 2005. So it includes events, readings, conversations, debates, and showcases of international literature and new writers. In its heyday, 2010 through 12, it was also incorporating a lot of music, spoken word, poetry, like set to music, multimedia installations. And I know this because I was there. I was able to actually see a lot of that in its big heyday. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, because I would really honestly appreciate it because you were there, that you would have a better handle on what happened and be able to verbalize what you saw and experienced. But at this point, it feels like you cannot. So John, I digress. I just need to know, man. I actually need to know. It sounds like a fucking, to me, like, hey, do you want to go to this thing? Like, no, man. Like a bunch of speakers and a bunch of talkers and a bunch of people. Like, let's just get to let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. You bought that T-shirt there, right? In the lobby.
No, I did not.
$25.
This shirt
No,
was given to me because I am a volunteer.
Oh, you
at the festival this year.
volunteered because you wanted to go and you were cheap as fuck. And you got the shirt that's a girl size because it's small with little arms and a small plunging neckline. That's fine. No, but you did that and you got it and you were there. Like, this is great. And everybody should read and listen to stuff and feelings. Like, right or no?
Yes, I've volunteered several times at this festival. Like I said, some years ago, and this is my first year back in after a little bit of a hiatus.
Jesus Christ! All right, so I didn't know our fun segment was going to be you fucking breaking your arm, jerking yourself off, but apparently it is. So I'll play. No, John, don't answer because I'm literally in the middle of a goddamn tirade. Like, welcome to the party, John. I don't have a shirt that depicts what I've done in the 2 years, John. I don't have that. Baby blue or not. I have the battle scars of a 2-year fucking oppressive struggle with my goddamn life, John. And what I have learned is that sometimes you don't fucking need to hustle. Sometimes you don't need to fucking break your arm and jerk yourself off to give yourself a pat on the back for your baby blue shirt. Sometimes you just need to let things speak for themselves, right? Like
right.
Sometimes, and sometimes the ghost be all coming. No, get out. You don't even make rhymes anymore. Letting you know. Yeah. John, I'm just letting you know. I adore you, but your choices in life are not correct. Never wear shirt of the band you're going to see or talk about on the podcast. Ever. Don't be that guy. Because it's like all of my ammo is like I have fucking 16 chambers loaded up for this bullshit, which is hurtful. And then everyone's like, you're an asshole. I know I'm an asshole. I know this, but he did it to me. And he made me say these things. He made me. Stop it. No. John got his fucking... I went to Penn International and it was a volunteer and got my t-shirt this week. And now I decided to do an entire goddamn show about Penn International and about how writers and editors and novelists can all be aggressively represented if they're in a weird place where they have overstepped their bounds. And I'm not saying that my man that, and I'm not even gonna, I would make a joke, but I'm not because it's not a joking thing, who was in custody, who ended up dying in police custody. That's not a joke. I'm not saying that's not a thing, but you name dropped, you did a thing. What else these motherfuckers do? You talk Salman Rushdie, you wear a shirt, you do a thing like, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But the fucking homegrown motherfuckers who are doing shit in your neighborhood, who are doing shit in my neighborhood, if you want to be part of something specific, don't buy a goddamn t-shirt and volunteer at a weird ass fucking thing who might or might not help Salman Rushdie. Jesus Christ, John. Hey. Why don't you, hey, you know what? Put on that way forward and all the things you're doing, maybe not been the correct one. Maybe they have not. But I'm letting you know, John, once you see one wrong thing in your life, maybe you should second guess these other choices. I'm just saying maybe the rest of your choices are not as secure as you think. Don't care. Don't want to. Don't need you. I'll love you if you're fucking homeless or super ginger as fuck all the time. I don't give a shit. But I'm letting you know, you need to think about, hey, what? This is how I have become so amazingly centered. You're welcome. My Bo Peep strikes again.
Well, an example of what I saw even today at the festival, and a reason why I wanted to bring this to the podcast.
There you go, folks. Let me stop him right there. Today, because I was at the festival, so you are wearing the shirt you got at the festival today. This is the thing you did today, and you're wearing the shirt you wore all day today. Yes. Or no? Wow. Yep. Okay. No, that's going to change all of my questions and answers. Oh, hey, guys. John has no arms because he's so happy about what he's done as a volunteer. He's jerked himself off for broken arm status. John, tell me what you learned today. I can't wait. Wow. Like literally, wow.
It was a reading of plays in progress by 7 playwrights called Dreaming Out Loud. And most of the scenes that were depicted were bilingual, English and Spanish. And a book that Penn just published, and is giving out for free at all of these events, is of undocumented students' writing. So poems, essays, short stories of undocumented students across the United States. Quite a large, thick collection that they are giving out, and they are helping to promote the person down the street, as you were saying, the person who has no recognition, the person who is not been Salman Rushdie.
You're the worst. Like you make me feel so. When I get angry at you, it makes me feel like a piece of shit. But I'm like, I'm not a piece of shit. Like he's a piece of shit, and I'm speaking the people's truth. It makes me upset. Like I have to do this. I fucking have to do this. I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. Name dropping. Like, no, I was at an end of a thing, and the people were the. God damn it, John. Like, honestly, bro? Like, come on, man. Look, I'm trying to make drinks here. People who subscribe to our YouTube and then watch live. We're on YouTube. You hit the live, you can see our fucking beautiful faces. And you'll see it. And if you don't, you can subscribe to our YouTube channels and hit the like and subscribe button, and you can watch all of them previously. And I would not recommend, because right now I'm having a goddamn terror moment. Don't look at this. Do not look at me. Look away. Look away. John, you piece of shit. Like I'm with you. That huggy, kissy bullshit. That John smells like the idea of free love and flop sweat right now, because he wore his beautiful necklace to the thing with his weird shirt, and they gave him a new shirt, and he wore it all day and came home. John, God damn it, John. No, don't even look at me like that. Like, you know exactly what's happening. You know what's happening, you fucking piece of shit. You know. It makes me upset that you are I'm with you. Like, it's a good thing, baby. It's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. I'm all about good things too. I need you to be on the hustle. I need you to be on, like, oh man, no. Where's the board? How many people are here to do what? How much money did it take to do this? Who was on the board to do this, to get more people here, to do this, to help people? I'm with you. I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. But come on, baby, it's a hustle that you wear a fucking shirt, that you talk like this for 2 hours. Like, this is part of the problem of the issues. Like, the freedom movement in America. The thing is, we won't be controlled. We're all going to be in Oklahoma. The thing is, we all have shirts. It's great. You know, you don't have to be a fucking fighter, but you just got to be a shirt wearer. John L. Peacock will tell you more about shirt wearing. Come on down to Oklahoma. John, tell him about shirt wearing. See, John? You see? Do you fucking see? Come on, John, baby. Come on. God damn it, man.
All right, I guess I've jerked myself off enough. Let's wrap this one up. I want to talk about this year's keynote speaker that spoke last night, Nobel laureate Abdul Razak Gurna of Tanzania.
Wow. No, I'm 100% with you. But your segues are rough. You don't say, I've jerked myself off enough now. Like, when someone has put things on you, John, this is honestly, like, when we understand that I've made a statement about you breaking your arm, jerking yourself off. So instead of you saying jerking myself off, if you need to move forward, like, the proper segue would be like, one only has 2 arms and these seem to be broken, but let's see what we can do with the rest of the whole show. When you say jerking myself off, like, all we go to is a ginger fucking jerking off, and like, that was my joke, and it was uncomfortable, and you tried to shy away from it. And now you're like, I jerk off as a ginger. Let's talk about this. Who's the president and the fucking speaker? John. Stay with the party. So let's go back. Jesus Christ, that's a whole big thing. Like, man, I'll keep on talking about all this shit forever unless we move forward in any kind of segue of the fun segment.
So this year's keynote speaker who spoke last night.
Didn't even fucking segue. Like, well, I shouldn't, all these broken arms jerking off. Let me just go ahead and put something up there. You still won't even help yourself segue. You know what? You are like, I feel like it's Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in the land of imagination. Because honestly, meow, 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 skin graft, meow, meow. Bullshit. All bullshit. Like, honestly.
Be on the YouTube asking for nice stuff.
And now you're encouraging him because he's going to say, like, it'll be on the Patreon when we set up Patreon, and then you can see John L. Peacock, Ginger, doing it. God damn it. Like, no, because no, John, that's fans only and farmers only.
Farmers only.
You want to see John L. Peacock with no pants on the tractor? Oh, it's a John Deere and a John Dunn. Giddy up.
Well, don't shoot your load just yet. We're going to talk about the keynote speaker.
I can't. Go ahead. Like, I can't even stop correcting you because it makes it weird. Go ahead. Just fuck. No, honestly, like, listen to this before, after, and then be aware. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Abdul Razak Gurna from Tanzania was the keynote speaker last night. He is the Nobel laureate and author of 10 critically acclaimed novels, including Paradise, Gravel Heart, and Afterlives. His vital writings chronicle Africa on the brink of change while drawing light on legacies and consequences of European colonialism.
I've been reading On Fanny Hill, which is the book of this girl who should not be, but is having intercourse with lots of different men on different hills. However, John likes to read things, and I also do too.
Past keynote speakers have been Margaret Atwood, Toni Morrison, and Chinua Achebe, just to name a few.
No, you can't say just to name a few when you only named a few. You literally named 3 and said just to name a few. Like, to only name a few. Go on, Toni Morrison. The heart is a lonely hunter, and right now, I'm fucking stalking you, John. You think I don't know about your literary fucking... Go ahead. Continue. Toni Morrison. Everybody look that up. One of the best books ever. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel good, but The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Look that one up. Read that.
Yeah. And Beloved.
No. Beloved is not as good as The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. I'm telling my truth. You are regurgitating words from a screen, John. I know nothing about this, but I am talking from the heart. So she also wrote
The Bluest Eye.
Correct. And you want
those are the ones that I've read.
Okay, you're going to name them all, but I'm saying great, because we can go through her, because I didn't know where you're going to go through her literary dissertation of what she's done. I don't know, John. I don't know who you are anymore. You goddamn are wearing a Pen America shirt that is just very aggressive of what your thought process is today. And to me, it's like, I don't even wait till you're fucked up. Like, oh, John's fucked up. Like, you came in hot. I was like, why are you adjusting your camera so I could see your chest? Like, oh, there it is. And then it took 2 hours to figure out why, because you wanted me to see Pen America's World Voices that you have volunteered at. That you've done this. Like, you actively have broken your arm jerking yourself off. So if we were doing as MFA likes to do those broadcasts on Twitch, I would swat you right now. If I had a burner phone, I would say, like, there's a ginger with 2 broken arms in a weird basement. What do you mean broken arms? He's been jerking himself off so much, his arms are broken, and we have like 2 paramedics and a cop come in and kicking your door because you can't hear anything because you don't listen or understand the world you live in, so you can't hear anything. So it's going to be beautiful. And when they come in, like, oh my God, and then we get that on camera and like, oh, arm's not broken, just a fucking person who is tone deaf as a motherfucker. Do you understand tone deaf?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a story about tone deaf, and I want you to hear this.
Okay.
And it's nothing to do with you. Literally nothing to do with you. But I want you to hear it. Pen America World Voices t-shirt. It's baby blue. Brings out your eyes. It's beautiful. I love it. But I need you to hear it, right? I need you to hear it. So the moments of, in general, of people, of what their experiences is, and like, oh, we're going to do a t-shirt. We're going to do a publicity stuff. We're going to do a thing of like, all right, you're going to hit this percentage of people. And apparently they fucking hit real hard on this fucking ginger fuck. Because the rest of the world is like, oh, you know, we're with you, but okay, all right. At my personal work, John, at my personal work that we've all turned about a week, I have to go back to 1 day a week for the next month. In person, I have to do patient clinics. I have to do all of my autopsies in the office. I don't get to take bodies home with me. None of these things are like this day. I do all of my things here. And then people can come in. They can bring classes in to see what we do. I do not get a choice, John. This is my world. So you saying, no, it's really good, you know, that this is, everyone in my world is saying, this is really good. No, but everyone who's living it is like, this is not okay. This is good. This is super good. I'm not going to be the 3 people in my department who bought the Pan America World Voices t-shirt. This is like, you guys, it's so good to see you. I'm super excited to be here. Super good. We're all writers, right? I'm not that fucking guy. And 90% of my surgical staff is not that. So it's very difficult to me because you're my road dog. Like, but I feel like you just don't understand it. Like you're like, you'll pick up what anyone puts down aggressively at you. Like, and then it makes me think like, have I just yelled at you aggressively enough for so many years that you just don't know any better? Shit, man.
I do have striking fear.
No. Oh, no, well, I'm going to fucking hit you all the time. Like that is, believe that. But that's how I know when you're in a bad relationship. Like if I can make my shoulders like, oh, he's living with someone who hurts him. I want to go in here and clean house and burn this place to the goddamn ground. Like this is what friendship looks like. Welcome to the party, John. Welcome, Brooklyn. Fuck you. Park slope, motherfucker. Woo! Oh,
But
we got people coming in here, coming in hot. Look at this.
well, then I'll finish this out.
No, you got to go hot. Like you're all in.
The festival in 2020 was canceled. They had an all online festival in 2021, and this year they're back in person and also happening in LA. So if you're in the New York City or LA areas, and also they have some remote events, check out pen.org/festival. pen.org/festival for the World Voices Festival that really celebrates literature, freedom of expression, and being able to be a dissident against whatever system without fear of incarceration, torture, death, etc. These are the main things that PEN has always been about. I've been very knowledgeable of the PEN organization since I started volunteering back in 2008. And this is not a random thing that I researched, as opposed to many things that I research because I'm researching it each week. This is something that is actually near and dear to me. I'm sorry if any of it seemed self-masturbatory, but I don't care. It's good people doing good things, and I want to get that information out. So we have some sources for this episode of Two-Sided. They've been, for the first segment, PEN International and PEN America's websites. That's pen.international.org and pen.org, along with a little bit of Wikipedia for lifting for the PEN International history. The second segment, PEN America and their offshoot website, worldvoices.pen.org, again, with a little spattering of Wikipedia for some info that PEN doesn't want to give up so quickly. Not quite sure why, but the major websites of that are pen.international.org, pen.org, and worldvoices.pen.org. So it's something that I think Pete saw. I was a little extra excited to talk about. The shirt might have tipped him off a little too much. He doesn't like bad titles. He doesn't like people wearing the band shirts to their concerts, and he doesn't want me to be that guy. But when I'm excited about something, sometimes I am just that guy. Sometimes I'm just on the loudspeaker saying, hey, this is good. This is why I think this is good. Make up your own decisions. But check them out. It's international. It's helping to bring awareness of those who cannot speak for themselves through incarceration or through having been eliminated or completely silenced by their respective governments. And I think that's the biggest contribution that Penn International and all their affiliates have really made over the past 100 years. It's actually the 101 year anniversary of Penn International, and the 100 year to the anniversary of Pan America. So that's a bit of the celebration that they're having at the World Voices Festival, but they don't focus on them so much. Their events are mostly not the big hitters that we know. It's the big hitters that we don't know. The students who are undocumented, that collection I was able to take because they just give them out for free. They're not looking for profit off of that. And I'm really excited to read the poems, the essays, and the short stories of that collection.
It's at the liquor store across from.
So it's something that I do look forward to each year, and something that I appreciate is their year-round. Something very special that happens, will happen tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. is that they the Congress of Writers will be having an emergency meeting at the UN here in New York City to discuss. The last time they did that was 26 years ago, and it usually convenes when wars break out, when major crackdowns of writers and advocates and protesters happen. And there's a bit of that happening across the board. And so this emergency meeting is the first time that Penn has had one in 26 years. And I think that's a pretty awesome thing that's happening this year.
I don't believe in white slavery, John, but I feel like I have just sold myself to white slavery. John, I don't know how much you heard, how much was on YouTube, but I can't leave all of our whole show's devices to you and all the hilariousness. Did you see or hear anything on YouTube of what was happening in my world?
No, but I bet the other YouTube people who actually have their sound on did. And Awesome Sauce just said, "That's awesome, John," for what I was saying. So there's a chance that they were hearing you as well.
Okay, because just to make sure that my sound is on, of where I'm hearing who people are and what. Wow, we gotta really think about this, because everything is great. Like I have no problems. There's like, oh, people haven't seen in a hot minute. And like, oh, here's a Sasquatch friend. Like, oh, here's some weeds, and here's this, and here's this, and you're like, yeah. Everything's legal, everything's great. Like,
right.
But how much? Like, when I talk shit to you, John, I need to know that I'm talking shit to you live instead of like someone's recording me and they're gonna play it later. Like, it's a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna change myself. Maybe I'll change my tone. Like, John. That'll start. John, because everyone knows that I appreciate it. But I was thinking, instead of like, hey man, hey, what's up? Hey man. Shit, look at my hands. I don't know what you got. Oh shit, balls. Shit.
Same time, bro. Same time.
I don't know you, motherfucker. Anyway, so the Pan America world, like, I'm helping you finish up this thing. John did a free line, free bass, freestyle, mainly free bass about Pan America, which is truly unfortunate. Like, no, they're good. They're what we appreciate. They're truly what I believe in. But it's the powerful arm of. It's like the Screen Actors Guild. It's like the equity actors. It's everything I believe in, but you have the power. You do what you do because you have the power. It's not always necessarily helping me. As a bottom rung actor, who's trying to get equity or scale wages, it's not always helping me. But like, oh, you got a dissident in a foreign country who is opposed to communism. Like, I'm with it. Like, I'm not anti. But what is the goal? What is the thing? Where is it? Like, I know you're giving lots of great blue shirts to a lot of goddamn gingers like their eyes shine, who have their fucking Buddha necklaces, who are not Buddhist, John. You are not Buddhist. All of those things are just super good. I don't know, man. Like, my thing is like, you're either with me or against me, ho. Win, 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 win. Fuck everything else. Win, 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 win. That's what I say, John. So I'm unsure and I adore you, but man, I'm keeping you in check, motherfucker. I'm keeping you goddamn in check. So no, you like, and it could, like, honestly, I'm letting you know because I'm honest. If you had not worn your fucking shirt, that you had been to the rally, that you had fucking sucked up to the person to jerk yourself off with their own broken arm to this show, if you were just wearing a scarf and a fucking beret and a weird Hawaiian shirt like you normally do, I probably wouldn't be as hard in paint. But your understanding an idea of how things work are not good. It's riling to other people who are free thinking. I'm just letting you know.
Well, speaking of free thinking, we got Mona Lisa.
Win. Hey, you're either with me or against me, ho.
That's my girl. Win. Fuck everything else. Win. Girl, that's what I'm saying. Fucking shit. There's moments in life. There's John. Fuck your t-shirt. Fuck your goddamn blue eyes are sparkling with your t-shirt. I know it's blue. I know it's gorgeous. And it makes, everyone. No. Fuck you, John. Win. Fuck everything else. I'm just saying. You're either with me or against me, ho. That's all I'm saying.
Well, with that mantra, is there anything from this episode that you'd like to take a second look at?
You're getting hot.
Opinion.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. You're getting hot in the paint. Like, you're trying to end this because you got shit to do. Like, John, 100%. There's a lot of things that I wish I would have not done that I did do. There's a lot of things I did do that I would not have done. There's a thing I wouldn't have done that I did do that I didn't want to do. John. Here's the deal. I'm glad you asked. Here's the deal. Keep on. No, okay. But seriously, I need to. My boy Pete retraction corner is to. I need to come into the show with a deep breath. Because I need to expect you to fuck up. I need to expect me to be angry. I need to expect life in general, the questions you're asking that I'm going to reply to are not the replies that you want, that are funny. I need to understand all these things. I need you to do this. I need to, right? I get it, man. I fucking get it. But it's very difficult because you're fucking drungo piece of shit. You make this funny show not as funny. You make me stressed out so I can't be funny. And now I'm focused on a goddamn blue shirt that's like, I volunteered. Hey, you know what? Hey, here's the look. God damn it. Everything makes me very angry. And the thing is, I have been doing this bullshit with you for a year. And I have been doing this bullshit with you for a year, right?
Yep.
So I need to realize there's no surprises. You're a fucking idiot. You're gonna wear the t-shirt of the band you're seeing. You're gonna talk about the things that are on your goddamn stupid, simple mind of what you're writing or what you're experiencing. I get it. I don't get a chance to be mad about it anymore because you're simple, you're stupid, and you're not part of the program. I signed up for this. I got it. So my retraction is all my naysaying, my non-understanding, my dissuasion for you wearing the shirt that you volunteered at yesterday, that I know you wore yesterday, that you're wearing today, that you haven't washed. I'm with it. You're doing good in your thought process of how you wrote this show and the ideas of what it means. I'm with it. And your eyes are beautiful. So if you ask any more questions, I will come across the table and fuck you up.
Let's have a shot and get out of here. Get to this green room, huh?
God damn, we still have to go to the green room? Okay, yeah, no. The only reason I want to go to the green room is because Mona Lisa might come. Because honestly, no one's been here and I don't like anything to do.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same time as tonight. So if you want to join us or want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com.
And you can also follow us at Spotify. That's Two Sided Pod, and Apple TV, because we're in our second season of, I can't believe it's not, we're not in Apple TV, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about. You make everything weird.
And for those listening live, remember to join us on stereo in the green room right now at 40 after the hour, so in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
For after show wind down.
Yeah, no, after show wind down, because we honestly at this point we all know there's a wind down needed, because if I was in New York, we would fucking have a goddamn conversation. There would be pants put on motherfuckers. Like, I promise you, John. Cheers. Bing,
Cheers.
Bing.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm Milo Pete in Southern California, and I'm still goddamn disillusioned. But I'm so happy that Mona Lisa's here.
And this was our show. You can listen to our shows wherever you get your podcasts and join us live on our YouTube channel, Two Sided Podcast, and also on the Stereo app every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious, here on Two Sided. I love you, Pete.
Yeah, I wish you the best. I expect the worst. Good luck, my friend. You make it so easy. Actively. Ugh.